Okay. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us on this live session. My name is Lydia. I'm the Student Recruitment Officer for Imperial Educational Technology, now Pave. And I'm here today on the Bulgarian series. We usually have this live session for those of us that are joining in for the first time. We usually have this live session for a monthly live session for different countries, and today we'll be focusing on the Bulgarian region. And starting now, we have three of our students, three, at least three, because we have some others, but today we've had three join us today. We have Karim Jelilat. Jelilat is a medical student at the Medical University, Pleven. And then we have Ayokunle, he's a medical student also at Sophia University. And then we'll be having Olatu Bosun, Olapade Farouk later on this session. Jelilat, how are you doing today?
I'm fine, thank you, Lydia. How about you?
I'm very well. Ayokule, how are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful as well. It's Friday,
Is it
so
that cold? Like you guys are just I don't understand.
I
I
mean,
just got back from school now, so that explains why I'm still seated up.
it's
Okay.
negative degree outside, so it's kind of cold.
Yeah, I understand. Okay, so can you please introduce yourself? I'll start with Jelilat.
Okay, so in a few months, my title is going to change from just
Oh my
Jelilat.
god.
But for now, you can call me Jelilat Karim. And I'm a final year medical student in Medical University of Pleven in Bulgaria. It's nice to be with you all today.
Thank you for joining us. Ayokunle, it's your turn.
All right. My name is Ayokunu Ekoya. I'm a graduate of psychology here in Bulgaria as well, and at the same time, I'm studying medicine third year. I've been here for quite some time, and it's been a
Wow.
wonderful experience. Yeah,
You must have had a lot of experience. So thank God you're joining us today.
it's a pleasure.
Um,
Thank you very much.
okay, so when we have Bosun, we would have to ask him some other questions. But let me start with you, Jelilat. Can you tell us about your admission process or your journey with Imperial Educational Services, now Pave? Can you tell us how the process was like?
Okay. Um, it's been a while now. I mean, that was 2015. So I came to Bulgaria in October of 2015,
Okay.
and which means I was here 4 months before university resumed. Actually, I mean that's
Okay.
to tell you how fast the process was. So I didn't actually realize how maybe lengthy the admission process was until I arrived there and I spoke with a few Nigerians. I mean, Nigerians that came from Nigeria who came to study here as well. Because I didn't have to do some things personally. I mean, for instance, some of my colleagues said they told me that they had to go to the Ministry of Education at Abuja, which I had no idea about because IES saw to all of these processes. They did everything. Um, it was. I don't want to go through the boring talks like okay, I applied and they gave me the list and everything. It's what you all know, but the reality is using IES was it's made this process smoother than what it usually is because studying abroad is not a very straightforward process, especially now. So, but then with IAS, they really made the process smooth, and it was just the boring thing. I went, they gave me the list, I checked all the documents that I needed, and we all went through the normal thing. So it was not anything extraordinary. It was just smooth. That's it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, the shy medic. Okay, so it's Ayokule's turn. Can you tell us about your experience using IES?
Um, IES is family to me. We've been together for quite some time, and they played a very huge role when it comes to me actualizing my goals, traveling abroad, which was the main priority for me then. And so far, we've maintained the cordial relationship because, like, we can all agree to, it's not just the admission process that it just doesn't stop at the admission process. After that, there is still a lot of continuity, such as you settling down, your mobility as well, your adaptation. And I would say IES was a key, played a key role generally to making sure that its students are well taken care of, and everybody is one way or the other settled.
Thank you so much. Can you tell us about the tuition fee? I know you're currently studying medicine at the moment. What's the tuition fee like in your school?
Okay, so I think this generally depends on what you're studying. And like you said, Lydia, in my own university at ME Pleven, when I came, I paid 7,000 euros. But over the years, I think they increased the tuition. I think at the moment it's about 7,500 euros. I'm not very sure on. You just have to check on the university's website to know the current tuition.
Okay.
But of course, that's tuition per year. Of course, you can pay in installments in 2 semesters. And so I'm not really sure about the current tuition, but I think it should be in the range of 7,500 or 8,000 euros per year.
Okay, thank you. Is that the same thing for your school?
It's 7,700 euros over here at Sofia
So,
University.
so
Yeah.
let's just say averagely 7,000, right?
Yes.
Yeah, give or take 7,000. This is just for the medical aspects. There are other courses as well, like you may know. For example, the psychology I studied, it's 3,000 euros per academic session. And here in Bulgaria, you have the grace to pay instrumentally. You can pay the first semester, and you can also pay the second semester, when you have it. So
Okay. Meaning, are students allowed to pay maybe in 2 or 3 installments? Are they allowed to pay in 2 or 3 installments, or just two
officially, it's two
installments?
installments. Officially, it's two installment. But if you, let's say, have a difficulty, because in most cases, due to the exchange policy in Nigeria, students tends to have, issues transferring funds into, the school bank account. So there could be some exceptions in cases like that. You could pay 3 or 4 installments also.
All right, guys, you just heard them. So, if you're studying medicine in Bulgaria, it's a little bit higher than other courses, saying that maybe if you're studying business administration, it might be from 3,000, 3,005, and above. And then it goes higher to like 7,000 if you're studying medicine, for example. Okay, so as students, how do you balance study and then fun time? What do you do for fun?
Well, that is not a very good question for me. I don't really excel at the fun part. And it's not a cliche, medical students don't have fun thing. No, it's just me. I promise it's me. When I'm not studying and when I'm not in the clinic, I'm either on Netflix or I'm cooking or I'm writing. I don't do much in that fun department. But that doesn't mean it's because of Bulgaria or because of the course I'm studying. I have colleagues that excel in other parts of life that has nothing to do with medicine. So I can guarantee you're able to balance your work and life. I mean, studying and other aspect of life. You're able to balance it if you plan. That is if you plan. So
Okay.
there is a clause to it. It's if you plan. So you're able to balance. But fun, anything you want to do at all, there are lots of things to do in Sophia. You can balance it.
It's why Sophia.
I mean, Sophia I mean, okay, there are other cities in Bulgaria. I mean, there's Varna, there is Plovdiv. But personally, I believe Sofia is the hub of everything. So you have lots of fun in Sofia.
Oh, okay. So, Ayokunle, I guess you'd be different from
Well,
Jedediah.
I would disagree. I would disagree with her when she says Sophia is the fun of everything. Technically speaking, the major leaving is in the capital, technically speaking, and Sofia is the capital of Bulgaria. But
Okay.
when it comes to having fun times, trust me, it's individual. Like she said, there are people that excel well when it comes to doing other activities aside from studying, and there are people that just tend to be, by themselves. So if you want to go to During the winter, you want to go to the mountain and ski, we have that here. During the summer, you want to go to the seaside, we have that here as well. And the nightlife also is fun. We love to have a good time as people. And whichever one you belong, trust me, you're feeling just perfectly.
Okay, so if, I would be safe to say if you want the fun time, you'll be like a tour guide to anyone who would be arriving in Bulgaria after now.
Well, this
Ayokule.
this is what I've been doing right from time. So,
Okay, that's
so
fine. So
anyone
what's
could hit me up anytime.
okay, that's fine. What's the cost of living like in Bulgaria? I know it differs with cities, but
Yeah.
monthly, what's the average cost of living?
Okay, so as a student here in Bulgaria, I've been opportuned to go on student exchanges. It's called Erasmus, so which means I've been to other countries where I studied for a few months. And I'll tell you, every time I go to those countries, I am reminded of how cheap Bulgaria is. I'm not gonna lie to you, Bulgaria is cheap compared to many countries, especially the Western European countries. Maybe you can compare it with the ones with the Balkan countries, and I'm saying Greece, Romania, etc. But when you're moving towards the west, Bulgaria is very cheap. And of course, it depends on the city you are. I live in Pleven, which is a very small city. It was just developed by the university. But if I compare Pleven with Sofia, of course you see the difference. But compared to other European cities, Bulgaria is relatively cheap, like very cheap.
Okay, Ayokule, do you have something to say about that?
Yeah, she said it all. Everybody has their own category, depending on your, lifestyle, standard of living. It's just perfect. You have the ranges. If you can afford to live a very expensive life, it's there. If you can afford to live a very cheap life, you're feeding just perfectly. So there are no exceptions to how you can live if you don't have enough funds or if you have excess money. It's unlimited.
All right, so this question is for you, Ayokule. Are
Yes.
international students allowed to work while studying?
Yes, you can work according to the Bulgarian law. Um, Together with your Bulgarian visa, when you apply and get one, you can work 20 hours in a week
That's
as a
pretty
student.
similar to other countries, though.
Yes. So this would enable you, do something on the side. And during the summer, you can have extensive hours and even make more money, to cover
Okay.
yourself through the winter.
Okay. So, are you currently working
Yes, I am. I've
as
always
a
been.
medical student? Is it easy to combine work and then study at the same time? Is it really
Well, at this point, I've gotten to develop myself over time in that because it got to a stage whereby I had to make a little bit of compromise between work and studying because you know when you work, you get emotionally and psychologically attached to it, and that would draw you further
affect your
away from your
studies? Yeah.
education. Absolutely, but now it's all or nothing. It depends on you as a student if you can afford to manage both of them together. Because I can't tell you the abilities I can handle when I'm working and studying. Many other person can do better or cannot even go up to it. So if you can, or if you really need it, you can do it.
Thank you so much. Jelilat, are you currently working?
No, I'm not. One, it's in part because of the city I'm in. Pleven is small, like I said earlier on, and it's almost impossible to find a job. I think there are people who work remotely, but to work physically here in Pleven, it's almost impossible. And also because I personally am not able to combine working together with studying because I get swamped with a lot of work from school. So I'd rather not. But you have the opportunity. You can work remotely, even if you're in Pleven. You have the opportunity to work.
Thank you so much. Are there scholarship opportunities available to maybe grants, scholarships that are available to students who wish to apply to any of the schools in Bulgaria? Like, is there something like that?
Yes, there are scholarship for exceptionally good students. So
Okay, in my own opinion, here in Pleven, it's almost impossible to get scholarship. Grants, yes, and that is through Erasmus. And Erasmus is it's a student exchange program, like I said. So you'll get to study in another country for like between 2 months and 1 year. So in that case, you get paid for studying, which is very fascinating. I've gone on student exchange like twice, once in 2019 and 2021. So in MU Pleven, I think that is the only avenue for you to get grants as a student. But scholarships, I'm not certain about that because even people from other countries, and I don't mean Nigeria, I don't mean Africa, like people from Western European countries that come here to study, they also struggle about scholarships. But of course, they get grants from their own government. So if the government of Nigeria is able to sponsor students, that is a different thing. But on the university ground, there is no such thing. Even if you're exceptionally good, there is no such thing. Here in MU Pleben.
Thank you so much, Jalilat. The next question is for Ayokunle.
Yes, please.
Since you are the more social type, what are the fun or exciting places to visit in Bulgaria? Where do you think, if I come to Bulgaria today, where are the places that I can hang out, and then have fun?
All right. What do you like? Do you like the mountain or you like the sea?
Yeah.
It actually depends on. So maybe you can just tell me. What if
On
I
the
like
time of
both
the
of them?
year, depends on the time of the year.
Okay.
Exactly. The season as well really matters.
Yeah,
If you come in for the winter, Bulgaria, as I doubt if anyone knows, or maybe Bulgaria
Bansko.
generally is known for its beautiful coastline.
Yeah.
That is one thing there by the Black Sea, and that is one thing they're really proud about. So it's always a fun time in the summer to go to the seaside, refresh yourself, in preparation for the new semester in September. And maybe when you have the Christmas break in December, you want to take a day or 2 days off. You have the mountain, you can go skiing, you can go snowmobiling as well. I've had one of those myself about a year ago, and it was an amazing experience. So, all those things put together, it would even help you appreciate what you have around you. And, you just want to get better.
And just to add to what Aya said,
Okay.
Christmas is a very good time to be in Bulgaria because they have amazing Christmas markets. I don't know if Aya knows about it, but they've got
Yeah.
really nice Christmas markets where you shop at very discounted prices. So it's a good
Okay.
time to be in Bulgaria in winter. It's amazing. And yes, they've got beaches. I mean, beach in two cities. They've got in Varna, which is one of the major cities in Bulgaria, also in Burgas. So the beaches are really nice, but it would be better not to come during the peak season. I mean, if you come here as a student, just a tip would be better not to go during the peak season because it's always swamped with a lot of tourists. So you better come like when it's past the peak period, so then you can go there. And the mountains are really amazing as well, really
They
amazing.
have really nice view. I can even show you one if we can.
Okay, that's fine. For those of us that are just joining in, thank you for joining us once again. Today is one of the live sessions that we usually have monthly, and we're focusing on the Bulgarian series this time. Today we have Karim Jelilat. She's a medical student, a final year medical student at the Medical University Pleven. And we have Ayok Kunle, a medical student, third year medical student at Sophia University. Um, very soon, Olatibos will be joining us. He's also a electrical engineering student, Technical University Sofia. For those of us joining us, if you have questions, please drop them on the chat box on Instagram and also on Facebook. Drop them, and then we can answer the questions as time goes on. So, someone just asked a question saying, when is the peak season?
Oh, okay. For winter, of course, the peak season will be January. January, if you go to Bansko, Bansko is a skiing resort in Bulgaria. If you go to Bansko, for instance, in January, trust me, the holiday period has nothing to do with how much tourists you'll find in Bansko between January and February. And in summer, if you go to Varna Beach, if you go to the Black Sea between, say, July, August, those are the peak periods. you will not enjoy the experience. Just
Why?
go around September. Those are off season. So, I mean, that's off peak period. So it would be better not to go in July, August for summer, and in January, February for winter. Those are the peak seasons.
Thank you so much, the shy medic, for answering that question. Ayakule, how safe is Bulgaria for international students? How
How
safe
safe
is
is
Bulgaria?
Bulgaria for international students? Bulgaria is a country that everyone likes to mind your business. So I would say relatively Bulgaria is safe if you mind your business. And minding your business in the terms of, you don't, how would I put it, you don't expose yourself in such a way whereby you'll be found wanting or the other. If you are, let's say, very good, students, you have a normal life, you go to school, you get for what you're supposed to do, it's safe, it's secured, no problem. And the people as well, you know they can be very welcoming if they want to be, and at the same time they can be hostile to people they don't know. But the moment you open up to them or they open up to you, trust me, you're family already.
Thank you so much. Janila, is it the same thing for your location?
Mm, out minding business, yeah, that is very true. But one thing about Pleven is that it's a close knit city, so everyone knows everyone. So when I just came here, there were instances of students being attacked, and those were mainly Asians. But the student council got involved, and of course, the university stepped in, and the police got involved as well. And since then, and I'm talking since 2016, there are no cases, practically no cases of students being attacked. Of course, there are subtle attacks. It's
Well,
inevitable not to have such things. You are a black person in a community filled with people that do not look like you, so it's inevitable not to find subtle attacks, but they are not physical attacks or anything that can hurt you. Nothing like that. But of course, you find the difference between being in Lagos and being abroad.
Oh, wow. Ayakule, you are going to say something.
I was just going to, support a claim about Pleven being a very, very small community. In general, Bulgaria is a very, very small country with about 7 million population. So when they get to see an alienatic face, a face that is kind of alien, they try to assess you a bit first, like, okay, who's this person? What are you here for? And if they tend to understand that you are adding value to what they have on ground, or you're just here to get a knowledge and improve your general surrounding, they give the support that is necessary. That's one thing I love about Bulgarians. They do not, when it's time to be serious, everyone is serious. When it's time to, joke around, everyone is joking around. So mainly, it's calm, it's gentle for someone that likes to live a very gentle and easy life. Myself, I would recommend it for anybody else as well too.
Thank you so much. Janila, what intakes do, how many intakes do schools in Bulgaria have in a year? Like,
For MA Pleven, we only have February intake for international students. Only February. The Bulgarian students start in September, while the international students, like us, we start in February.
Kunle, is that the same for your school?
Difference because I have different requirements. From my own school, Sophia University Medical Faculty, the intake is once in a year, which is in September. And before the intake, the school tend to carry out an assessment test on prospective students that want to apply to the university. So if you pass the assessment test, because they tend to attend to students in a very, very small group. In my university, it's 50 students per academic session. So, so that they can teach you on an individual level. And if you want to study masters in other courses, let's say in engineering, in economics, in business, in even what's it called? Culinary skill. If you want to learn culinary skills as well, they have two intakes for those ones, in February and also in September. So depending on what you want to study, I'm very sure you fit in perfectly.
Jelilat, is medical university, is your school just only for medical courses, or they have business courses also?
Here in Pleven, we've only got medical university, but we have different faculties now. But we have the pharmacy faculty. We have the new vet med and also dentistry. But these are only for Bulgarian students for now. So at the moment, only the medical faculty is admitting international students, unfortunately. But in a few years to come, I'm sure the other faculties, which are definitely medicine as well, they are going to be admitting international students. But at the moment, it's only the medical faculty.
Thank you so much. Kunle, I guess yours is different. You have other courses available in your school,
Yes,
business
Sofia
courses.
University is the oldest higher education institution in Bulgaria. Um, it's a very, very big university. They have faculties in every department, and they have, it's business wise, engineering, mathematics, medicine, pharmacy, chemistry, anything.
Thank you so much. So, the courses for maybe business courses would be for as low as 3,000 euros or 3 5.
Yeah.
Do you have a course like project management in your school?
Project management in my school.
Yes.
Yes, there is something similar, but it's if it's in English, there is project management in Bulgarian language. That's another thing. The English courses are different from the Bulgarian courses. This is the mode of instruction of a study. It's either you're an English student or a Bulgarian student. But for the English faculty, it's a really really small one, which is being developed by the Bulgarian government over time, because they're trying to facilitate the idea of having a full establishment across all faculty, so that they can be also an English mode of studying for students also. But for now, it's just physics, pharmacy, medicine, pedagogy, I think, and philosophy for now, and European studies, of course, in English.
Okay, Jelly, let's okay. Maybe I should ask this question. Kunle, what kind of jobs are usually available for students?
The jobs that are available for students mainly is customer support in English.
Just customer support. They don't have people
Yes.
working in eateries, or maybe the filling
No, no, no,
station.
no, no.
How much do students get paid hourly? Like, how much is the average pay per hour?
Um, in that's going to be in wages, but in salary, all right, averagely, if we can say averagely, you can earn over 400 euros a month, averagely, depending on how many hours you're working, what kind of job you're doing, and what company you're working with. There are companies that pay more. I know students that make up to 1,000 euros on a monthly basis. I know people that make less than that. I even know people that make more than that as well. So if you are lucky enough to, work for an establishment that believes so much in your fluency in English, which is a very, very key requirement for getting a job here in Bulgaria, the fluency in English, because Bulgaria generally is not an English speaking country. And right now, Eastern Europe, generally Balkans, is becoming a hub for international enterprises, okay, such as Google, Facebook, even so many tech companies as well, and even so many investment companies in the world like Etoro, Capital, and the likes of them. All right, they tend to use the services of English speaking people or individual, because they are servicing only English speaking client. So if you work in any of those industry, you can make more, 400 euros or more.
Is there a website where students can apply for jobs, or how do I get to search for jobs? Assuming I'm just arriving in Bulgaria, is there a website where I can search for job? Ayokuni.
Yes, yes, there is a website. It's called jobs.bg. And also LinkedIn tends to be a very, very useful tool as well for students to get jobs nowadays, because it's a very, very social professional application as well. Also.
Okay, Jalilat, is what's the post-study option for students willing to study in Bulgaria? Do they have to? Is it easy for me to stay back once I'm done with school, or I have to return to my country?
Oh, it's pretty easy to convert your student visa to a work visa. I've had a few colleagues, like senior colleagues, who are currently working at the university hospitals here in Bulgaria. Because at the end of our final year, or during our final year, we write the Bulgarian state exam, and that gets us licensed into the Bulgarian Medical Council. So really, we are able to work after studies. For medicine, you're able to work here in Bulgaria, and it's easier because the university hospital is where we learn. So once you're done with your registration, you get licensed with the Bulgarian Medical Council. It's pretty easy to get jobs in the university hospital where we did our schooling. So yeah, there are options for that. You can actually work here after your studies. I'm speaking of Pleven, you can work after your studies in the university hospitals or any of the private hospitals as long as you get licensed into the Bulgarian Medical Council.
Have you learned? I guess I should direct this question to Kunle. Kunle, you stayed longer than
Yeah.
Jalilat. It's safe to say you understand and speak Bulgarian language very well, right?
Well, one thing I know for sure is if I'm being sold, I would definitely know that yes, I'm being sold.
How long
My
have you
Bulgarian
been
is
in Bulgaria?
it's not the best, but if I'm to rate it, I would say a little bit above average.
2.
Three or 6.
Well, let's say six. And
So,
funny enough, it's improving because Jalila can testify to that as well. Part of our responsibilities as medical students is to interact with with our patients, and our patients are Bulgarian, so it's obligatory for us to understand the language so that we can have a communication channel between them.
so what's like your favorite phrase or word that you've learned in Bulgarian?
It's Ide, come on, let's go, let's go. There's no time. Ide.
No, for me, it would be me trying to escape speaking Bulgarian with anyone. And
Oh
that
my
would
god.
be, yeah, because, one thing about Bulgarians is that once they realize that you're able to converse with them, oh my God, they go on and on to
Yeah,
the
they
point where
get
they don't
really
understand
fascinated.
anything. They get so excited. So when I'm trying not to speak Bulgarian, I'm like, what do I say? Говориш ли английски? Like, do you speak English in the cutest and sweetest tone that your vocal cord can expel? Just say that, and of course, you'll probably hear ne, which means no.
So
But
that
that's
helps you to cut
yes,
communication if you don't want
yes,
to talk
yes,
too much, right?
yes.
What are the benefits for students that students get to enjoy studying in Bulgaria? Ayakunle.
Well, you can get a KFC bucket of chicken on a discount for sure. And generally the transportation system as well. And majority of the facilities as well, they tend to give a special discounted prices to students on every level. Even the transportation, like I said, the transportation system, so many things I cannot even remember right now. There is this student card we get. Okay, so when you present the student card, if you go to the train station, you want to board on a train from point A to point B, you present the card, you get a discounted price for it. You go to the store, you want to buy something, you present the card, you get a discounted price for it as well. You know, life is basically easy.
Hmm, thank you so much. Can one take a dependent along on a study visa? Like, I'm going to study, can I go with my husband or can I go with my kid on a study visa? Jalilat.
As far as I know, I don't think so. As far as I know, I don't, because it's a student visa, so I don't think you can take dependents with you on a student visa. Maybe a work visa will be a different story entirely, but for a student visa, I don't think it's possible. Maybe Ayokule knows.
Hmm. Okay, so can I like maybe visit you now that you're studying in Bulgaria? Is it easy for me to
Definitely,
visit you studying in Bulgaria?
Of course, the border is
definitely,
open.
definitely. We have a teeming Nigerian community here in Pleven, even though it's small, but we've got a community of black melanated people. So you're welcome. You can visit. Well, I have few months left here, but you can always visit within these few months and I'll be here to help. And if I'm not here, I have friends that can always lend a helping hand when you're here.
Okay, so how do you get to eat Nigerian food, or you get to have Nigerian restaurants around the area, or you have to rely on people sending you food from Nigeria to Bulgaria?
You get used to it. One, there's a Nigerian, there's an African store in Sofia, as I learned some months ago. So yeah, there are Nigerian restaurants in Sofia, and there is an African store there. But you get used to it, you know. It's a way to explore continental cuisines. So yes, you get used to it. But there are options if your palates cannot tolerate what they have here.
Okay, that's fine. So, meaning that I would just have to get used to it, no matter the kind of food. Oh, I don't know. Maybe
But
I'm
you do
just
have
Well,
options.
if
That's
you
the
can
thing. You
cook,
you do
if you
have
can cook, it's
options.
not a problem.
Sorry?
so
If
you
you
can
can
just
cook, it's
go
not
to
a
the
problem.
African store and then get
Yes,
something to
yes.
eat.
That's
That
it.
is that is not the problem in this whole thing.
For the
No, that
past
is
7 years,
okay.
I've never felt far away from home when it comes to eating food. So,
Yeah, so you cook
uh,
your meals. You do not
yeah,
need
you
to.
make your meal, absolutely. And if you're craving any other thing, you can always order online.
Good, good. Thank you so much for joining us on this session.
It's a pleasure,
Uh,
myself.
Pleasure.
we are still waiting for Olatuboso, but I don't know if he'll be here anytime soon. So maybe I'll just get to talk to him much later. Overall, how is life in Bulgaria? Are you enjoying Bulgaria? And also, Jelilat, you as a final year student, are you just waiting for? I just can't wait for me to just leave this place and then just go. Is it a place where you wish you can still stay back if there's an opportunity to stay back?
One thing I know for sure is no place is perfect. So whether you are in Bulgaria or you're in Poland or you're in the UK or you're in Canada, you always have something to complain about. And Bulgaria, of course, has its own lapses. And over the 6 years, I've been opportuned to form relationships, long-term relationships, lifelong relationships. I've been able to form them here. And and these relationships are such that if I did not come to Bulgaria, maybe I would not meet these people. So I'm not. I think I'm in kind of a mix between wanting to leave as soon as possible and feeling bad about leaving Bulgaria because I spent my transitioning years into adulthood. I spent it here, and Bulgaria gave me a lot. I'm not gonna lie, Bulgaria gave me a lot, and it took a lot from me as well because of the compromises I had to make. So, but on the risk benefit ratio, I have benefited a lot from Bulgaria, and I'll miss this place. I'll really miss this place because, besides the lapses that Bulgaria has, there are many things you enjoy by being here. There are many opportunities that Bulgaria will open you to. Bulgaria opens you to a world of opportunities that you will not necessarily have while in Nigeria. So I'm going to miss this place, and it's a good start. That is what I tell people. Bulgaria is a good start wherever you are, whatever you want to do, wherever you want to go to, whatever your goals are. Bulgaria is a very, very good start. So that's it.
Hi, Farouk. Thank you for joining us. Can you
Hi
hear me?
guys. Hi. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you. And today we have Jalilat from the Medical University in Pleven. We also have Ayokunle Oyekoya, also a third year medical student in Sophia University. Farouk is just joining us. He's also a student of electrical engineering, Technical University, Sophia. Farouk, how are you doing today?
Feeling good. How you doing?
Fine. We have really gone far. So, but I have this question for you.
Yeah, I
How is
apologize.
no? It's fine. We understand. How is life in Bulgaria?
Life in Bulgaria, it's amazing, I would say. For me, because it's always from a personal point of view. And for me, it has not been bad. In terms of the experiences I've gathered here, has been amazing.
Good. Thank you so much. I was asking them about the fun places. I know it differs with an individual. Jalilat also mentioned some fun places in Bulgaria. For the other person, Kunle mentioned the other places that are fun too for him in Bulgaria. So, what are your fun places? What are the fun places to visit in Bulgaria?
Well, me, I like the snow. I like skiing. Uh,
Okay.
maybe snowmobile as well. Going on the mountains like Bansko. For people that like hiking as well, Bulgaria is very mountainous. So you can go like on hikes. You can hike for maybe days. The seaside as well is always like very busy and party-ish during the summer. But personally, where do I like? I think I just like going to the top of the mountain. That's my place.
Kunle mentioned top of the mountain. Can somebody tell me what's going on at the top of the mountain? Because I
We're
don't know.
making prayers.
No, no, there is Lydia, there is the Rila Lakes. The Rila Lakes, there are like seven, I think 5 or 7 lakes on the top of the mountain. And these lakes, they're like concentrated in one place but in different shapes, and they call them different names. I can't
We also
remember
have
the
the eyes
names
of
of
God as
my
well.
head. I can't remember the names of my head, but there is one of them which I definitely remember. It has the shape of a kidney, so they call it babrek, which is kidney in Bulgarian. So I mean, just go up there and see the wonders of God. It's amazing. Up there is amazing.
We also have the God eye as well. It's
Yes, yes. The
wow.
God's Eye is very close to Pleven. It's really amazing. Yeah.
Wow,
That's true.
wow, wow.
There are a
So
lot of
Farouk,
Bulgaria is very, very nature-like. If you like the nature, if you like the greenery,
Yeah.
it's beautiful. Like Sofia is just the city. Outside Sofia is where the beauty is. Honestly.
okay. So what are the benefits that you've enjoyed studying in Bulgaria, Farouk?
Well, firstly, in terms of my course, electrical engineering, Bulgaria is one of the most advanced in terms of electrical machines and different kind of electrical apparatus. So they've exposed me to some kind of technologies that I know could put me up there and stand with any power and any of my colleague in terms of the industry. That's one. And two would be like in terms of networking with like different kind of people in my field. It's been amazing as well. And the people I meet as well right here. I think when they leave Nigeria, they are more open-minded, which is true.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Are there age limits in your school? Like, do they allow people above 30 to be able to study for a bachelor's? Or what are the age limits? Do you have age restrictions?
I
Because
don't
for
think there
some
are age
countries, they have
restrictions
age
here.
restrictions.
I don't think they are. They
So
always
if I'm
want you to
40
study.
years old, I can still study for a bachelor's. I can apply and then get an admission.
Sure.
Yes. In my year, there is a very old man. I think is just a few years younger than my mom, and
Wow.
we're in the same year. So I don't think there are age limits. And we have people that are even younger, like they started at the age of 15 or 16. Yeah, it's a little hard if you're coming from countries where there are restrictions. Like I have a colleague that is from the Netherlands, but he couldn't come here because of his age restriction. But Bulgaria could accept him. I mean, Amy Pleven could accept him, but from his country was where the problem was. So there are no age restrictions, whether you're too young or too old, they accept you. As long as you're able to prove that you're worthy of being a medical student in their university, they
Okay.
accept you.
Okay. So I'll ask Ayokunle.
Yes, please.
Do they have like? Is it easy for we have BSc, we have MSc, we have HND holders.
Yes.
Can HND holders enroll for a master's degree course in your school?
Yes, you can. For the technical university, yes, you can.
Oh, really? So
Yes.
if I'm maybe I just graduated from a polytechnic here in Nigeria, I
Yeah.
can study. I can just apply for a master's and then I'll get an admission.
Yes, you can. Now, as far as you've fulfilled all your educational requirements, and if you have been able to attain the necessary grades possible, yes, you can.
Okay, so the reason why I'm asking this question is because for some countries HND certifications are not recognized. So I don't know if it's the same thing for schools in Bulgaria. I
Yeah.
don't know.
That's why I was very specific to the technical university.
Okay, so for the
Yeah.
technical university, if I graduated with an maybe an HND in computer science or something like
Yes.
that, it's easy for
Yes.
me to get an admission
Yeah, you can
in.
further with your
Absolutely.
masters.
Jella, is that the same for your school?
I'm not very sure about HND holders, but I do know that people who've had previous degrees, they come here and they can also pursue their medical degree. But I think it's just about you proving to the school that you are able to be a medical student. It doesn't matter if you're an HND or a BS or a former BSc holder. I do because when you graduate from here, anyways, you get a master's degree. So for me, Plevin, I don't know about Sophia. We get masters in medicine. So I don't think there are restrictions when it comes to your previous certifications. So an HND student that is able to prove that yes, I did biology, I did chemistry, I think they will accept you if you meet the set requirements
Requirements.
because we have I think a majority of the students here they've had previous degrees usually in biomedical science, especially the ones from the UK. They've had previous degrees, so I think it's all about proving that you can be a medical student. That's all it requires.
Uh, Farouk, how about you?
Well, in technical university, Ayokune has said it, right? With your HND, you can always get in. Now, I don't know about the grading system because they are a little bit specific on the grade.
Yeah.
How
Um,
about third class degree holders? Can they still proceed for masters, or they are like postgraduate courses that they can do, like the PGD that we have here in Nigeria? Do they have that in your school, or it has to be maybe the person going to start from another bachelor's or something like that?
Obviously, I think they are more like match-up courses that you take before you start up the masters. In fact, the truth is, I had a guy that studied like physics, and he came to in Nigeria, and he came to study like electrical engineering in my university. So you have to take like extra courses first. So the masters usually is like 3 semesters. So you have to do it for like 4 semesters. He took some extra courses. Um, then after he has taken all these courses, then he actually proceeded to starting the master's degree itself. So
Thank you
I'm very sure you
so
have that.
much. Thank you so much for this time you have spent with us. For those of us that just joining, today is one of the live sessions that we usually have monthly, and today we are focusing on the Bulgarian series. We have it from country to country, but today is the Bulgarian series, and I'm happy to have three of our students that have successfully or that are successfully studying in Bulgaria at the moment. We have Karim Jalila. She's a final year medical student at the University of Pleven, sorry, Medical University Pleven. And then also we have Olatubosun Farouk, is an electrical engineering student at the Technical University, Sofia. We have Ayokunle Oyekoya, a medical student, a third year medical student at Sofia University. Thank you, Jalila. Thank you, Boson. Thank you, Kunle, for joining us. Um, I'm going to bring in the CEO of Imperial Educational Technology to join us on this trip.
All right. Sorry to add to what we've been on since morning. I just wanted to just drop it here. Yesterday, we
Okay.
celebrated three of our students that graduated in medicine,
Oh,
and they were all
wow.
through IES.
Wow. Wow. I'm so happy to hear that. I'm
Absolutely.
so happy
And
to
a few
hear
weeks
that.
ago, we also had Farouk as well, who finished top of his class with first class in electrical engineering. And he
Oh,
got speaking about scholarship, and he was able to get a free scholarship for the master's degree as well from the university to further
wow.
his education. Yeah. So,
Wow.
like I
Wow. I'm
said,
so
the
happy to
opportunities
hear
here abound.
that.
Absolutely.
Thank you so
So
much, Kunle, for this
IES is gaining
information.
ground big time. A month ago, also we also had the student that finished with international business and management in University of Vanna as well. So, you know, it can only get better if we have more students on board.
Definitely. So I believe from now on we're going to be having more students that are willing to study in Bulgaria. You've heard from Jelilat, you've heard from Bosun, you've heard from Kunle saying that studying in Bulgaria is one of the best thing to do. If you want to proceed, if you want to study abroad, you should consider Bulgaria as a study destination. So I'm going to be starting with Kunle.
Yes,
Describe studying and living in Bulgaria in one word.
it's an experience. You know, that's what I can describe it as. And it has been a very easy ride. Just being positive in that aspect. But on the other, but on the other side, it depends a lot on the mindset. So, so far, if you are able to keep a positive mindset, like most of the people that are here, you can make it through, and you'll be at the top.
Jerry, that's one word.
One word. To summarize my entire 6 years is of experience, is it's not very sufficient, but because the things I've gained from just studying in Bulgaria, I don't think I would ever have had this opportunity if I didn't come here. One thing is, Bulgaria gave most of us the opportunity of getting closer to our dreams. So, if I would say anything about studying in Bulgaria, if I would summarize it in one word, is the opportunities. Studying in Bulgaria opens you to a world of opportunities. For instance, I talked about the Erasmus program. A lot of Bulgarian universities they have this program, which means you can go to different countries where you can experience different cultures. But one thing again is the Bulgarian ID card. You can travel within the Balkans with just with your Bulgarian ID card. You won't get this experience. I mean, um, Europe is one of the is I think maybe I dare to say it's the only continent where one visa enables you to visit 24 or more other countries. So if you make Bulgaria your starting point, you have easy access to these places. And what is better than imagination, imagining these places? It's experiencing them. And like Aya said, you experience you experience what is on the other side of the door basically, and the countless opportunities, the endless opportunities you get by just studying here. I'm just going to chip one thing in before we end this session. Before the beginning of this year, as a medical student, if you want to work in the United Kingdom, you have to go through different steps like the PLAB 1 and PLAB 2, and of course the English exam. But I'll tell you from the beginning of this year, even though I'm a Nigerian that holds a Nigerian passport, if I want to work in the UK as a medical doctor, all I have to do is to do an English exam, which puts me on the same scale with British students that are studying here. How cool is that? Like all I have to do to work in the UK as a doctor is just to pass an English exam, get registered with the General Medical Council in the UK, look for a job, get a job easily, and then I start working. Those are one of the opportunities. I mean, what more do we want than that? It's to become a doctor. And not only is Bulgaria putting me steps closer to my goal, it's giving me ample opportunities to get even closer to those to that goal. So, in one word, opportunities. In one word.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, Farouk, in one
Yeah,
word,
when Jamila
describe
spoke
studying.
about
Okay.
opportunities, I just want to touch on that too. Yeah, so
Okay.
Bulgaria will provide you with a lot of opportunities, especially no matter the field of study.
Yeah.
Um, for example, in the technical university, we usually have an event twice in a year where different companies all over the world, Google, Siemens, Schneider Electric, you can mention them all, Microsoft, they are the university handing out like internship to like different students from second, third year, master students, even PhD as well, if you like to actually have industrial training in your field. And this is something that they do every 6 months. It's like opportunities with great companies, and you meet like representative from those companies directly. You get their card, so you can even build personal relationship. It's not like you going on the internet to surf, but you're like meeting people, and this is how you can network. And this is why I said Bulgaria can provide you with a lot of opportunities. Well, if you're trying to strive yourself, you'll find it.
Thank you so much, Jalila. Thank you, Bosun. Thank you, Ayokunle, for joining us. Imperial Educational Technology is so happy to have you here on today's Bulgarian series. We are here to, it's now time for us to bring in the CEO of Imperial Educational Technology to join us on this stream. Hello, Mr. Larry. Thank you for joining us.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. How's it going? Um,
Very well, thank you.
yeah, it's great to be here. I want to first of all say thank you to everyone that has joined this live session. It's been wonderful, and it's been wonderful to also hear your experiences. Um, I mean, you guys are a testimony to to our work over the years, and we're also using this opportunity to also talk about our evolution as an organization. When you guys were going to Bulgaria, a lot of you went under the traditional method, which we had and we have perfected over the years. But we believe that the next generation of the future of education is borderless, and we believe that the next generation of learners that will be willing to get an education um, should not have any limits in terms of where they can get their education from. Like I said, the future of education is without borders. The future of education um, is collaborative, which I think Jelida spoke to about the Erasmus program. So I'll just talk about Pave very briefly. A lot of you knew us as Imperial Educational Services, but I mean, it's been 10 years of our business, of our service, and we believe that the next 10 years is going to be very, very interesting for us because we have brought in innovation into our business, into our structure. And by innovation, we mean ensuring that we continue to drive cross-border education. We continue to make the life of people easier. You understand, and we'll continue to. Sorry, hold on one second. Hello. Yeah, so sorry about that. Sorry. Yeah, so the plan for us is to give students the power to do this themselves, to not have to depend on third parties for their future. So we've created a platform that puts the future and the destiny of students in their own hands. And we've also listened to you guys, the experiences that you guys have had. I remember I had a conversation with Bosun about internships. We're putting some things together at that time. So one of the things we're going to be able to do on this platform is also to be able to search and apply for internships while you're abroad. So Pave basically helps you pave the way to a successful career because we're focused on ensuring ease and outcomes. So the ease for you to search for your schools and apply for your schools without having to go through any stress. Then you can also make tuition payments. You can search for internship programs and exchange programs. These are some future builds that we'll be bringing into the platform as well. Um, so yeah, I think we're building the future of international education, and we're also putting Africa in the forefront of international education. And it's proud to see that we have some fruits of our labor. I Kunle is has been a close relation to say even Bosu and Jenny that I think we've had a very good relationship. So to just let anybody watching this program know that we don't just send students and then just ignore them or neglect them. We ensure that each of our students that travels, and that's why we built a platform so we can better manage students, so that each of our students that travels, we're able to still service you throughout your learning life cycle. That's why we built Pave, so that we can use data to actually manage, student outcomes. So as you're in school now that you have graduated, what next? If you want to do your masters, you can use the platform to apply for your masters. If you are looking at doing exchange programs, even while you're in school, even your Erasmus programs and things like that, you can also use Pave as well. So I think our 10 years experience that we've put into this product really speaks a lot because we've answered questions. We know where the pain points are, and we're here to solve the problems for our international students. And we're also bringing opportunities that would even bring you into job placements and things like that in the future. So I think you just continue to watch what we're doing and watch this space, and eventually you'll be able to learn more. So if there's anybody here that is watching us, you can go to pavehq.com to register, and we'll be happy to take you on this journey with us. So guys, I think you guys are hearing. Some of you are hearing about Pay for the first time. So I'd like to also introduce you officially to Pave. So IES is now Imperial EdTech, and we've separated the study abroad business from it, so which is now Pave. So anytime you address us, you're addressing us by Pave now, and we're very excited about this because we believe we are launching into the future. So yeah, I just thought I'll come in and say that very quickly. Thank you guys for having me once again, and yeah, if there's any questions from anyone, I'm happy to answer. Jedilat or anybody else.
So, Jalila, do you have question? Farouk, do you have questions? Kunle, do you have any question?
No, not for now.
So what's I have a question. I have a question. Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Hi, Mr. Larry. So
Hi, how's it going on?
I'm good. I'm good. How you feeling?
Great, great, great.
All right.
Yeah,
So
the question.
Pave, what's that different? What's that distinct flavor that separates Pave from IES? Let us know.
So I think technology is number one. Technology separates Pave from IES definitely. IES was very traditional, and I think it was necessary for us to go that traditional route for us to really understand the business and really gain a lot of experience because a lot of people build products without experience, right? So what we have done with Pave is we have built with experience. We have built with technology, and we have built agile. So we built something that we know that is revolutionary, and will be taking us to the next level. So that's the difference. And also IES could not manage the life cycle. It wasn't an ecosystem, and it was very manual. So we've automated the whole process for anybody who wants to take this journey and wants to experience this journey. So like I said, we'll be launching some extra features, especially like the internship, which we know that a lot of our students are really particular about. So that's something that we're looking forward to as well.
Thank you so much. All right, sounds
Yeah.
sounds awesome.
Jalila, do you have questions for Mr. Larry?
Not at the moment. My sister left Poland already through
Uh-huh.
IES, of course. So for now, I don't have any questions.
You should be having questions about Sunday anyway, but maybe that will be much later. All right, Kunle, do you have
All
questions for
right.
Mr. Larry?
No, no, not for now. Not for now. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you guys. Thank
All
you for
right.
joining us on
And would
this.
really appreciate would also really appreciate you guys because I mean obviously you guys are already ambassadors of IAS, so automatically, you'll be ambassadors of Pave as well because I mean there are a lot of things and a lot of opportunities that would be able to benefit from here. So I think you guys are a good testimony to our success over the years. I would really appreciate you all.
Anytime.
All right. All right. Thank you
Yeah.
very much, guys.
Thank you
Thank
very
you
much as
Thank
well
very
you.
for
much, guys. Thank you,
platform.
Ayakunle. Thank you, Jalila. Thank you, Farouk, for your time. We hope that when we call on you next time, you'll be available for us.
Sure.
Okay. All right. Thank you guys for joining us on this session. My name is Lydia, the Imperial Educational Technology Student Recruitment Officer, and I'm always available to take your questions via Instagram, via Facebook, and also on our WhatsApp number, which is 08092057880. That's 08092057880. Visit us on our website. That's www.pavehq.com, and that's www.pavehq.com. If you have questions, you can send a message. You can also send me an email on lydia@pavehq.com. That's lydia@pavehq.com. Till I come your way next time, my name is Lydia. Thank you so much.